lovelies. Come on down. Who's in the house? Who is in the house? Bring it on. Let's do this. Let's do this on a Sunday afternoon. Hi there, Yvonne. Hi, Carla. Good to see you. And there's my girl, Denise. And there's Marguerite. Hey, Marguerite, is midnight around? Hello, midnight. Hey, Jackie and Susan and Beverly, hello. There's Michelle. I will tell you all about midnight here in just a minute. Mary's here. Kathy's here. Cheers. Here's to Sunday. Hello, Rebecca and Doris. Look at my lovely ladies all marching on in. It's so good to see you. Hi, Heather and Lucy. Tina and Julie are in the house as well. Yes, you did it, Lucy. Happy Sunday to you, Joanne. Marianne's here. Midnight's there. Hi, Midnight. Kitty, kitty. Hi, Terry. Terry's still fasting. Valerie's here. So's Diane. And Allison's here. I'm glad you got in. Lisa, hello. Good to see you. Oh, you are kidding me. That's a long fast, Lucy. Hi, Sue. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Sue's one of my coaching clients. You know, everybody's marching on into the house. Look at there's Jane. Mary got her beauty support. Yay. I think we're out of beauty support now. You guys wiped it out both times we put it on special. Hello, Michelle. Hi, Kathy. And guess who that is? That's Jenny. She's in the house. So Susan MJ has a cat named Midnight too, who when she hears my voice, she goes running. She comes running to watch me. She's my biggest fan is a cat. I just love that. I think that's about the funniest thing ever. And it's fantastic. Mary, you lost 10 pounds. Good heavens. Look at you go. I think you're really going to like today's show then, because we're going to be talking about not giving up, you know? And you obviously did not give up. Isn't that so funny that we have two kitty cats? Midnights, two midnights. So anyway, I was delighted. Mary, MJ sent me a message and she said that it was so funny that she, that when I'm on and she's playing it, her cat comes running to listen. So I said, next time I'm on, I'll remember to call out at midnight. And then I forgot, of course, but I remembered, I wrote it on my notes that I was going to do it. And I told Marguerite that, Marguerite MJ, same person, that I was going to do it just simply because I love kitties. I want a cat. I want a dog and I want chickens. What's wrong with that? And maybe some goats. Not probably going to happen, but you know, there we are. So anyway, hello Lynn, glad you're here. And who's just said that they made their 90-day goal early? Rebecca May, I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. Yes, this is a good way to break your fast. I know I've got cats. Anybody else have a cat that I want to be friends with? Just let me know their name and I will call them out as well. Or dogs. You know, I'm a big friend to all the animals. I'm like Dr. Dolittle. Oh my goodness. See, yes, Mary, exactly. Being fluent in sprint is awesome because that's how we get to the place that we want to get. So, don't forget, we have our supplement of the week, and this is flying out the door. It is our hot melt mix. Buy 3, put 3 in a cart, and we will send you the 4th one absolutely free. You will be stocked up for a while. And I love this stuff. I'm a big believer. It's part of your whole hydration equation, because when you drive hydration into the cells, that's why we use fiber and all the liquids that we're using, and we have a whole structure of how we do hydration, including the hydration station, but this is part of my hydration station, right? And it makes all the difference in the world. It makes you feel good. It also keeps you in ketosis, And this stuff is just thebomb.com. Ask anybody who uses it. It'll make you feel good. It's amazing stuff. And by the way, ships free in the promo window, and we will ship it to you free as long as you live here in the United States. And with this particular promotion, you'll also get our newest, isn't this so cute? This is the Mindful Mug. A Mindful Mug. And it's also the Pinkies Up cup. Somebody came up with that idea. Excuse me. And I thought it was the cutest thing ever. So I had to put it on the cup. And it's our new one. These are collector's items, by the way. This guy, this is our old one. It's been retired. So if you've got one of those, you've got a collector's item. It's the first one. And when these are gone, there'll be a new design. Oh my goodness, listen to this. Diabetic, this is from Jackie. Diabetic hubby. What is that? Diabetic hubby doing the sprint. He's agreed to go low carb, which is a huge start for him. This is so great. This is so great. I don't know what's happening here. Part of it is, this is one of my secrets. I use Pellegrino a lot. And when I want a little extra whatever, I put it in my hot milk mix. Have you ever thought of that? You know what, Julie, what a good idea, dating each one of them. And I think somebody else had that idea as well. And I think I should. I have not this time around, but I'm going to start dating them. You know, maybe I'll start dating them. And I don't know where I put the date, though. Because if you start messing around with it and start, you know, adding it to the bottom and all of this, then they start charging you ridiculous amounts of money. I hate that. I want to make, you know, I mean, these are free, but they cost me money. These are free. We send these out to all the people who, you know, obviously buy our products. I mean, that's how you get them. But I don't know. There's Lynn. This is a really good idea. We have some other things. Okay, good. I think you did mention it. We have got it. You know, what we have is, you wouldn't believe the great ideas. Jenny and I were kind of brainstorming a little bit in the last couple of days. We've come up with some really good ideas. I have to say, Jenny has come up with some really good ideas. And just, you know, she gets you guys. She knows you. She is you. And I am you too. We all do this together. You have to understand, when we sprint, we sprint. Jenny's sprinting. I'm sprinting. We all sprint. You sprint. I sprint. We all sprint. So we all do it. And it just makes such a difference because it is part of our community. It's part of who we are and what we do. And it gives it that much more of a connection, don't you think? Wouldn't you hate it if I just sat there and, you know, it was like scarfing chips and guacamole right in front of you? Just saying, yeah, you guys sprint, I'm just gonna have some chips and guac here. It doesn't work that way. We do it. We're on it and in it to win it, just like you are. Makes a difference. I mean, I can see it in my face. I can see it on the scale. I can feel it. It's fantastic. And this is why we sprint. We have a new quote of the week. Lynn, I want you to sprint too. I want you to sprint too. Come on down. You can sprint with us. And I will just say, for all the new people, we've got a ton of new people. Start on Monday. There's no reason why you can't. And we will be there to hold you up and say, way to go, sister. You're also going to see tomorrow morning, everyone is going to be posting all of their results. Monday morning is like a big time, the day after the sprint. And this is where we go crazy and we just celebrate everyone. We celebrate you and we celebrate your success because this is something to celebrate, you know? And then we get to see what's next and we get to do all the things. And by the way, what's next is Hot Milk Club. And I have a whole webinar to teach you 10 things that you can do, all of the things, right? And you just need to go watch it. And today, by the way, is the last day, really, and it'll be gone. You know, we introduce the Hot Milk Club a few times a year, I mean, as we go, but it's not always, you can't just say, oh, right, you know, last week she talked about that, and I'm gonna go join this week. That won't be here. You won't have the opportunity. Now's the time. So if you want to join Hot Milk Club, and I think we had 11 new people just join, and join this small club of getting the next level results, check it out. Go to sadyditter.com/webinar and go check it out. You know, if you say, it's just not for me, that's cool. But I'm going to tell you what, the 10 tips that I give you are all actionable, and it'll make you go, whoa, I didn't know that. Because I mean, This is all based on research. It took me forever. I've refined this webinar. No, I don't change it every time because I don't need to. If you just follow these things, I mean, it's a needle mover. Am I right? savingdinner.com/webinar. Go check it out. So Friday's always Q&A, so you can send in your questions to support@savingdinner.com, and in that subject line, question for Leanne on Friday. And you might have a question about nutrition, you might have a question about cooking, you might have a question about food, supplements, I don't know. Just send them on in. Just remember one thing, I am not a doctor, nor do I play one on Facebook. I am a nutritionist. I've been a nutritionist since the early 90s. I can't remember if it was 92 or 93 when I got my certification, don't remember, but I have been, learning ever since. My stance on nutrition has changed and evolved as the research comes out. I want you to know something here. We have the amount of wisdom and knowledge that we have based on the science is not as much as you would think. You would think that we'd have this down by now, but we don't. Do you know that the endocannabinoid system, which is a part of your body's whole, one of the systems in your body, wasn't even discovered until 1990. Discovered. A part of your anatomy that we did not know about. And if that's how it is with our physiology, can you imagine how it is with nutrition? We're constantly finding new stuff. So therefore, because I've been criticized before, well, you changed. Well, research has changed. The science has changed. The new discoveries have changed. We've got to move and evolve with the science. Amen? This is how we become better. This is how we get into the place of really being able to move the needle and use nutrition and use science to our benefit. And that's the whole reason why you're going to find what you find in our shop. Our shop is all based on research. Every single supplement in there and the way that it is all put together and the way we formulated is all based on the latest research, and it is why it's one of the most effective tools that you can get. And my suggestion, my strong suggestion, is you take your supplements every single day. It is an act of self-care. It's an act of self-care. We got to do the things that are going to make us feel good and that are going to help to move the needle, because it's all about playing full out and having an optimally vibrant life. That's my thing. I want to feel that way, don't you? I like it. Big change with the microbiome. Big change with the microbiome. You know what? We work on that too. Because if you don't look at what's going on with your leaky gut and you just say, oh, it's just about a weight loss plan, boy, are you going to lose out. And you're not going to feel good. You want to feel good? I got just the thing for you. It's free. It's the Sprint. For heaven's sake, sign up. Get that. Get on it. And we've got a whole bunch of new people. So it's, you know what's so much fun? This is the thing that I love, right? This is the thing that I love. That when we all do this together and have this community, we can always come in and support anybody who's just decided to start it at any time. We will still be there for you. You will not be abandoned. You will not be alone. We have over 2,700 people in our Sprint group, right? And it's amazing how much action we get in that group every single day. There's always somebody talking about something. And I love it. I always want to see it that dynamic and that interactive. It's fantastic. And I love too when you take it to the next level and you say, you know what? I do want that accountability. I do want a body clutter buddy. Because when you get a body clutter buddy, the next level goes up. When you join the Hot Milk Club, the next level goes up. All of these things make the difference. We will never, ever not have your back. Hand to God. Hand to God. If you're in there and you're struggling, tell me. Tag me. All of us. We're there for you. Look at Terry. She's lost 30 pounds. We've got people in there. Joanne, she's lost 50. I can't even name everybody and what they've lost and what they've done. And every single time we bring somebody new in and they just say, you know what, this is for me. I love this group of women. They move the needle too. And not just in what they're seeing between their toes when they get on the scale, but in their lives as well. Amen, ladies? Pinkies up. This is what we do. We do it, and we do it together. It's a community. No Lone Rangers. I don't, I don't want to feel alone. I don't want to feel lost. I want to be part of something. And if you want to be a part of us, we are not cliquey. We take everyone in and we're going to love you up. That's a promise. That's how we do. And but you know what? I'm also, I am also a little bit of a taskmaster, aren't I? As a matter of fact, look what I chose for this week. She who is good for making excuses is seldom good for anything else. How's that for telling you like it is? It's true. So if I see an excuse, I'm going to call you out on it. Big deal. Are you going to be that tender and go running away and, call your mom? I hope not. I hope not, because we're better than that. We are better than that. We are, we're tough cookies. We can take it. We all need that. We all need somebody to call us out on our stuff, because we're always that is a default mechanism, right? It's part of why we give up too easily. And that's what we're talking about today. Don't forget about Hot Milk Club. Go to savingdinner.com/webinar to see the entire presentation and 10 actionable things that you can do in order to move the needle in your life, because you will not believe it. They will blow you away. There are things in there you're not going to hear everywhere. Okay? That's number one. Number two is we are starting on July 20th. On July 20th, we are starting the 10-day Blitz. And you know what the 10-day Blitz is? It's essentially a collagen loading thing, because we do it with bone broth, we do it with easy, wonderful, delicious meals that you'll love. Low carb, of course. We're keeping it all low carb. We do it with 2 collagen smoothies a day, right? Which is our perfect paleo protein. But here's the thing that you want to be looking at. You can do this and interject and do it as well, and maybe slightly change it up with collagen shots. Maybe do only one because you're fasting that whole time. I created this a while ago, but it's still an amazingly effective plan. But I want you to only eat when you're hungry and stop when you're satisfied, or take a smoothie. But anyway, if you join, and you go to savingdinner.com/blitz, you'll get the whole guide just simply by buying a container of our perfect paleo protein. That's it. Go get started up for this. This could be your next thing. And if you're part of Hot Milk Club or Take Back Your Life, of course you get this. That's one of the benefits of being a part of this club. It's free. You get it. And this is how we roll. But anyway, check it out. It's going to be really fun. We haven't done one for a while because we've had such sketchy abilities to be able to keep our inventory in control. Right now we've got lots of vanilla, lots of chocolate, lots of unflavored. By the way, unflavored you can use to flavor any way you want. You can go chocolate, you can go vanilla, and I have ways of doing that. All you have to do is ask me. Anyway, so glad you're all here. I see Vanessa just walked in. I saw Jama too. So good to see you guys. And I'm really thankful that you guys show up all the time. You make my life lovely. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about giving up and giving up easily. One of the things that I've been really impressed with this particular round of newbies that we've had in our group, in our sprint group, a bunch of tenacious women, and they have just held on and run with this sprint. And I always notice that, what happens is when you decide I'm going to be a part of this community, I'm going to go full in and I'm going to just do this, and you hold on to it, it's not just by just showing up that it makes it happen, but it's just showing up and doing the things that you need to do. But I found that those who show up and are talking about it and being all in are the ones who are getting the results. And it isn't just because they say, here I am, it's because they're saying, here I am, and this is what I'm doing. It makes a big difference. So one of the things that we have, one of the problems that we have is, and it can be a little bit crazy, is that we get stuck in this idea that it has to be perfect or we quit, And I will tell you, perfect isn't here on this side of glory. Ever hear me say that? I want you to get that into your head, into your heart, into your soul. I want that to be a part of your DNA. That when something happens and it's just kind of like, you know, Pikachu, things kind of blow up, and you might have a bad meal, or you just went a little bit kind of cuckoo on something, or you just said, this one little thing won't hurt. Don't give up on yourself. Don't throw it all away because of that one thing. You know, this is, and don't beat yourself up either, but do the self-correction thing, which is, what happened here? Why did I do this? Unplug from the emotion and make a determination that, okay, I get why that happened. I let myself go too hungry. I was in a situation that I was a social situation where all this stuff came in. I was, you can figure it out. You can just figure it out. There's strategies involved here. There's strategies involved with anything. When you're trying to accomplish anything, there's strategies involved. Amen? You don't just like, well, let's just see what happens. And let's just see what happens is like the road to failure. How about instead you take a look and see, what's going on here? What happened? Why did I decide this was a good idea? Why did I decide that I was just going to go head first into the guac and chips? Why did I decide this? What was going on? Pinpoint it and then correct it. It's that simple, because then you're prepared for the next time. And here's what happens. You now take this experience, instead of going, oh, I'm just terrible, I can't do this, I give up, and it's too hard. Instead of doing that, you say, you know what? Here's what happened, and I'm going to use this experience to train me for the next time around, because I'm not going to let that happen again. Your experience then becomes a learning tool, right? And you're not all caught up in the stupidity of beating yourself up over a darned mistake. We all do it. There's no such thing as perfect, but excellence is being able to go back and take a look at what happened. It's your analysis tool. That's it. So if you have these unreasonable expectations about yourself that you're just going to do this perfectly and there is no wiggle room for making a mistake, I've got news for you, sister. You're in for a big, fat, hard, long struggle, because it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. What does work, and what will take you to the place where you want to go, is realizing this is a journey. And this is the place where I get to learn all about myself. I get to connect heart, mind, soul, body, the whole kit and caboodle, and I get to be that person. It's amazing. Terry's just saying, I used L-glutamine to cut a craving I was having this week. I do too. Let me just tell you something. We're not perfect, but we've got tools. We've got tools to stop us from, you can see it when it's coming, right? We know what a craving looks like. Well, guess what? And by the way, L-glutamine's in the shop again. Aren't you glad? Look at this. This is my L-glutamine. I keep it here on my desk. If I need help, I just go ahead, I dampen my finger, clean of course. I put my L-glutamine right there on my finger. Like that, done. It lights up. It takes down that craving instantaneously. It works like a charm, says Allison. It does. And I need tools. You need tools. We need tools. So what do? We set ourselves up for success. We've got our tools in place. We know what to do so that we're not falling by the wayside. We know what to do. This is a tool. I learned this from a doctor who told me this cuts it off at the knees. Okay, fair enough. And listen, if you've ever been addicted to carbs, ever been addicted to sugar, or still deal with food addiction, this stuff, indispensable. You got to get it in loose form. We have it. It's in the shop. Get it, have it, use it. It also helps to heal your gut. And new study out, I think I told you guys this, new study out shows that it helps with weight loss too. I love that. I'll take it. So let's keep our expectations in the normal zone, right? In the excellent zone, and not be striving for perfection. When I see people say, I'm just striving to be perfect, I feel like saying, get off that treadmill, because that's a dreadmill. That's going to just make you feel awful, because you're never going to hit that place. Ever, ever, ever. Yes, it will. Yes, Tanya, it'll work with false teeth. You put it on your tongue. You know, your tongue is always, you know, because you get it on everywhere. It's just, you know, but put it on your tongue. Yes, it works. Put it inside your cheek. It's absorbed. It is absorbed. Even put some under your tongue is great. Look at this. I love this. Terry says it saved me from a spoonful of store-bought southern potato salad. Oh, see, yes, because we see things and we have, and see, that's what I'm talking about. Strategy, not perfect. She hasn't dropped. Terry hasn't become perfect just because she's dropped 30 pounds. She still has cravings. She still has times of temptation, but she uses her tools. Hello? We use our tools and we get to override that kind of stuff. It makes all the difference in the world. All the difference. And we also have this tendency to get emotionally driven by everything. We think, oh, well, if I don't feel it, or if I think that it's all about being willpowered and disciplined and this, that, and the other thing, come on. You know, if we wrap ourselves up with emotion and think it's only going to get there if we are feeling it, you know, feeling the emoting stuff. Bunk. Totally not. That's why I always say unplug. Unplug from the emotion so you can do the analysis. Unplug from it. And don't emote all over the place about it, because that leads to the hand wringing, and that leads to all this perfectionism, and that leads to crazy town. Stop it. We don't have to do that. Not at all. You know what we need to do is we need to move that emotion into the focus of what we want. What we focus on expands. We know that. We know that. That's why I want you focused on the positive things, focused on the tools, focused on what's next, focused on being able to do it, and not overly emoting and going crazy town about, you know, my failure, my this, my that. It's nuts. We don't want to do that. You know, we don't have to be emotionally driven, but we can feel really good about ourselves. We can feel the pride. We can feel the consistency. And we can also understand that what we have to do is not based on willpower. It is based 100% on setting up our environment for success. Even if you have a spouse who has decided that he is going to do something that you don't like. You know, it could be all about the Oreos and the chips and the this, that, and the other thing. He could have all of that. Move it out of your sight and watch what happens. We had a really good testimonial in the sprint. It was a few months ago, but this woman, and I can't remember her name now. It was a while ago. But her husband had all these, like she had brownies. She took a picture of the pan of brownies. He had this pan of brownies. And you know what she did? She moved the brownies out of her peripheral. She got them out so that she didn't have to emote and go through the whole crazy thing. That is part of the carousel of crazy. You know that. I know that. We all know that. And it's a cycle. And it's like this, you know, it's like the spin cycle on your washing machine. Will it ever stop? Ba, 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 ba. You know, will it ever stop? And it makes me nuts. We don't have to go there at all. Not at all. At any time, we can just get off that carousel of crazy and start putting our emotions into the right place. What we think about expands. Think about the positive. Think about what it's going to be like. Think about what it's going to be like to see your environment in the way you want to see it. Those donuts, there it is. Sandra's saying those donuts. There you go. Talk about poison. You know what I used to have to do? Because I was so hooked on chocolate. I would go online, you know, because if you want to make yourself sick, see what the FDA allows into your chocolate. See what the FDA, a percentage of rat poop, a percentage of hair, rodent hair, a percentage of all, you know, and it's disgusting. And you look at that and you think, I'm never going to eat chocolate again. I don't want that in my food. But if there is stuff that's allowed in, what is that telling you about the facility that it's being made in? We need to be looking at things that are going to help us avert us from the place of temptation and keep us focused on the things that we want. Because here's the thing that you have to look at, you know? Here's the thing that you've got to look at. The way it feels when you follow through. And don't give up on yourself. Even if there's a little fudge here and there, You just don't give up, and you're just saying, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to set my environment up for success. I'm going to have my tools, you know. I'm going to have my L-glutamine. I'm going to have my hot milk mix at the ready. I'm going to have my supplements at the ready. Because a well-nourished body and a body that is ready to change over into the other fuel, we want to be fat burners, not sugar burners. When you take care of your body like this, it's going to take care of you. Because your mind is now going to be on, what do I do next? How do I make this work? How do I make myself feel better? Right? How do I set my environment up for success and use my tools? That moves the needle. That changes everything. That removes the bad focus and puts our focus on the things we want. And that's how we get what we want, and that's how we stop quitting on ourselves. And stop shitting all over yourself. You know, oh, I should do this and I should do this. You know, you could. How about that? You could do this instead of that. You could have what you want instead of that. How about coulding yourself a little bit more? You know, beating yourself up is just a worthless pursuit. It is a bad use of energy. And it doesn't do anything. I think we've proven that. Amen? Have we proven that? So let's not do that. Let's just stop it. And let's also start saying no to stuff that we know is going to make us feel bad later. Because that's part of the carousel of crazy. We go nuts and thinking, oh, but you know, it tastes so good. It's this, that, and the other thing. But you know what? Start instead focusing on the regret, the remorse, the 2 pounds that you're going to gain from it, the giving up on yourself. Start focusing on, do I really want to give up on myself? Do I really want to scrap all of this? Is it not worth it to just say no this one time and just get out of the way and go take a walk or do something and have your list of things to do instead, right? Have your list. Because you always have that opportunity to change it up. Always, 100%. 100%. And reward yourself, for heaven's sakes, with something good. I rewarded myself yesterday, even though you can't tell, but I rewarded myself yesterday. I had my hair cut. I got the color done. I got my highlights in, and it made me feel like a new woman. I spent money on that, not on dumb food rewards, because that's not what it is. That is what we need to be doing. That is where our focus is. That is not giving up on yourself. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you're worth the effort. And if you don't believe it, I want you to just start to think for a minute right now. Why are you here? Who put you here? You're here, put here on this planet right now at this time by God Himself. You got that? Why? Why did He choose you? Why this random thing? I mean, think about conception. Millions and millions of sperm, one egg, and suddenly they just come together and they make a child. Why not a different sperm? Why not a different egg? You are here. You are here on purpose, determined by God that He wanted you here. He wanted you here today, right now. And here you are, right here, right now. You're a part of this collective. You're a part of our community. And you're important. And your purpose and your mission in life and all of that, if you don't know it right yet, you will. Just don't give up on yourself. Stay the course, because this is way more than just an eating plan. This is all about you becoming the very best version of yourself, and to be out there helping other people, and to be the queen of your own life. Chosen by God. You. Chosen. And I'm delighted you're here. Because here we are, this collective of community, all together doing this same thing. What a blessing, what a privilege, what an opportunity to become all we can be. Got it? Who's with me? Who's a pinky girl? How many pinky girls do I have? I'm going to say there's a lot. So pinkies up, ladies. We've got a lot to do. We've only just begun. This is a fantastic journey, and this is how we live a blessed life, by embracing every jot and tittle. Because I'm going to tell you what, You're not going to do it perfectly, but by God in heaven, you're going to do it excellently, because this is how we roll. This is what we do. And I so appreciate you. And I love that you're a part of my community. You fill my heart and soul, seriously, heart and soul. And you give me purpose in my life. And I appreciate that. And I thank you so much for that. If you have questions for me, if you want anything else, if you want to share this message, thank you. Let's bring in our lovelies. They're out there and they're looking for us. You know that? Because when we bring them in, they very rarely leave. And I'm so grateful for that. And I'm so grateful for you. Thank you again for being here and for being a part of my community. You guys are everything. Love you. Peace.